Okay, good morning again. Um, Today I wanted to talk about the inability of some folks to see. I'm, I'm assuming it's probably right versus wrong. Um, so I'll start off with an easy analogy. If I have children, and let's say I have 5 of them, and one is constantly getting into trouble. Um, so I put restrictions and rules down for them to follow more than the others because they get into trouble more. And the child is upset that I put down these rules for them specifically. And in their minds, they don't see what they're doing is wrong because they're doing what they want to do. And for those of you that know my family, this is not an actual analogy in terms of being fake. This is pretty much what the dynamic of my family is going through currently. It's a little better this week, but it goes back and forth. So I put these rules down, and he gets upset that I have these rules. So when they're here in your house, they cause trouble, they have contention with their siblings, they don't listen to you, they even go so far as to not really care about what happens to the stuff within the household, material things. So you put down even more restrictions, and they break even more rules. So then you say, okay, let's take a different approach. We're going to sit down, talk with them, find out what's really going on. Then you realize the things that they have issue with, they are allowed to do anyway. It's not like you told them they can't be a kid. It's not like you told them you can't do something that is safe. They just want to be able to do things that they know for a fact will get them in trouble. But they don't want the consequence of that action. So here you have a dilemma. You either decide that you let them do what they're going to do while they still represent your name. You find them help, which they still have to take, or you let them be. The anarchists today are people whose parents just let them be. And they think other people are going to do that. And then when they get in trouble, they blame the people that reprimanded them. It's weird. It's kind of like when God reprimands people, and then we say, well, God's mean. No, he's not. He's really not. He's just doing what he's supposed to do. I think too sometimes we also forget that God has two sides. The one that we like to hear about today, peace, joy, love, everything but a unicorn in the sky. And we forget that he's also the same one that destroyed nations, desolated nations for disobedience. He wiped out places for disobedience. Literally just gone. We forget that he sees all the destruction of his creation. And I'm not talking about plants, I'm talking about people. and think he's just going to turn a blind eye and be like, oh, they'll figure it out. He's just. Remember that. He is just. So it baffles me when I see people that support the movements today and certain affiliations that support murder. It baffles me. And they say they follow God too. I don't get it. In either case, we run into a dilemma on our human spectrum here, where we want to get along so badly with people and think that we have to placate to them in order to let them know that God loves you. And we think that saying God loves you means letting them do whatever they want. Oh, he'll accept you as you are. I accept my kid as he is. But it's because I love him that I reprimand him, and I will not leave him the way he is, because I can see the flaws. I can see the things that will eventually get him killed if he's not careful. So I'm not just going to, because I love him, I'm not going to leave him be. Start telling your people about what God can do. Yes, he is all the things that are sweet and wonderful and kind and generous and all that stuff. Yes, that's just him. But he is also just. And he will lay waste. He has no problem laying waste. I think Narnia sums it up best. When Lucy was asking the fawn, he is kind. Just about Aslan. Yeah, he's kind, but he is wild. He's still a lion. He might be kind, but he's still a lion. I don't know if you've ever seen a lion hunt. I don't know if you've ever seen a lion eat things. Or just a lion don't play. You've seen lion play with people and let them pet them, but don't get it twisted. It's still a lion. Just remember that he has two facets, okay? And that the one coming is not the pettable kitty version. He's giving you time to find that pettable kitty version. But the one that's coming is not a kitty. It's a full-grown lion.